Welcome to Claudia K Behind the Scenes. Let's do a health update. So I just came through a major bout of depression, and maybe the worst one I've ever had. Now, if you've been following along, you know I did not experience depression or anxiety until perimenopause hit. I have one child that has depression and one child that has anxiety. And so while I was sympathetic, I had not experienced it. And until perimenopause. And then I was like, this is what they live with. This is terrible. So I had to do like 3 weeks worth of dishes last week. I am still working at putting this room back together, just clearing the floor so that I can even walk through here. I am going to call my doctor or send a message on my chart. I'm not sure which. Now, I don't believe that antidepressants will work well for me because medication does not work well for me. But it's not that I'm against a medication. It's just that I have such bad reactions that it makes it hard for me to want to take medication. But I don't know if I can go through another bout of depression like that. I don't know if I'll survive it. And I filmed several health updates during the last couple of weeks and then deleted them because they were so depressing. They depressed me even more. I didn't want to expose you guys to that, but it's a phenomenon right now. I saw a TikTok of a therapist who was saying she cannot help her patients anymore because it's not like they're just suffering with this or that, or, here's some breathing exercises to help with their anxiety so you can go to the grocery store. She's like, people are working 4 jobs and losing their homes. And I don't know how to help with the anxiety and depression they're suffering from their physical things that are happening in their real life. And I feel that. That lady telling me the other day, total stranger that I just met, saying if we have another pandemic, she hopes it kills her because she just can't take this anymore. It's like the whole world is depressed right now. And logically, I know it is a chemical imbalance in the brain. Logically, I know what depression is. But that does not mean when you are not going through it and feeling it, it isn't real. And it feels like things will never be better. And when your circumstances are such that you can't even see a way out when you're not depressed, let alone when you are depressed. I mean, I have so much do you hear that? The cat got the zoomies. Debt hanging over my head right now. And not only constant phone calls from debt collectors, but actual certified letters that have to be signed for from attorneys who are trying to garnish my wages that I don't have. I don't have wages. So if I was able to work, which I have no idea how I could work right now, all of my wages would be garnished anyway. They can take, I think, up to 60% of your wages. I'm already not able to support myself. So I've got incredible financial debt hanging over my head. I have no idea how to work. My niece's puppy needed walked yesterday because she started college classes. She got into nursing school, which is very difficult to do at the school that she got into. She did it, started classes yesterday. She did not expect us to take care of the puppy. She said we could just keep the puppy in the kennel all day, but Mom and I are both animal lovers, and we would have a problem seeing the puppy in the kennel all day when the older dogs are out. So I thought, well, I'll just walk around the yard a little bit, let her go to the bathroom, run off some energy. We walked up to the neighbor's house next door and back, and I was limping so badly I could barely get back into the house just from doing that. So if I can't even walk to the neighbor's house and back, how am I supposed to work? The slightest physical activity overheats me. I'm so hot right now. I'm pouring sweat. It's disgusting. And I just got out of a cool shower, trying not to set off this overheating. But yesterday, I so desperately have to get this room back in order. I can't stand this. Can't stand not being able to walk through it. I can't stand the cat hair everywhere. It needs to be put back together, organized, and deep cleaned. It's bad. So I would do just one little thing for just a couple of minutes and then overheat, and then I'm nauseous, I'm dizzy, I feel like I'm going to faint. So then I have to sit down and rest for 20 minutes. So then like 2 minutes of work, sit down and rest 20 minutes. It's ridiculous. So even coming out of the depression, I still cannot see a way to get back on my feet. I don't know. And I'm still playing phone tag with the specialist that she wanted me to see in Cleveland. They seem to only return phone calls during nap time in the afternoon. And if I skip my nap, they don't call that day. And then I'm exhausted anyway. So I don't know. I added sugar back into my diet because the depression was so bad. I'm like, I just need some comfort food. And it worked. Now, scientifically, I know I should not be eating sugar, but I have craved sweets since I was little. And my mom, if you've read my history, she didn't even keep sweets in the house. She sweetened with honey. She used carob chips instead of chocolate chips. Like, sugar was not a thing we were even exposed to. I have always craved sweet. And I think part of that is that I'm ADHD, so I'm always chasing the dopamine, serotonin, and sugar gives me the happy feelings that my brain chemicals are lacking. Part of that is I definitely, absolutely, 100% had hypoglycemia and low blood sugar as a kid. It seemed to even out as an adult. You know, regular small meals all day long helped. High protein diet helps. Although the sugar cravings never go away. It does not matter how long I'm off sugar. The cravings never go away. And they are like an active gnawing craving inside of me, which is maybe how people with drug addiction feel when they get clean. I don't know, but like active gnawing sugar cravings never goes away. No matter how many months I am 100% sugar-free. So add a little sugar back in, finally came out of the depression. I don't know if there's absolutely no correlation there. If I was just, the cats have the zoomies, or if I was just finally cycling through the end of the depression, I don't know. But I have creamer in my iced coffee this morning that is sweetened. It is a lower sugar one. It's an almond milk creamer, but eating a little bit of sugar right now. I don't know. I don't even know what to do. And you guys are lovely that you even sit through these, and then to send me suggestions and to email me and to be so supportive. I appreciate it. You're wonderful. Right now, I don't have the money to add in any new supplements, although one of you was nice enough to send me articles, which I love because I love the research. And I absolutely think that the amino acids is something I should add back in. I looked it up. I was taking them at one point, but I think they were causing some stomach upset. I, right now, am working on just continuing to support the liver and try to just clear the liver a bit. That's what I'm working on. The brain fog. Brain fog's better today than yesterday. I hate it when I get up in the morning and I start like reviewing my list or I need to do this and I need to do that today. And then I realized how many things I screwed up the day before because the brain fog was so bad. Also really would like to start taking ashwagandha again for the hot flashes. I have noticed that when I'm not eating the sugar, I have less hot flashes. Although I still seem to overheat as easily, but less hot flashes. But more depression. So, I don't know. I just got a shower, did not do anything with my hair. And for me, it is so long, but I can't afford to get it cut. So, I hate it. So I'm still taking my Stress X, and I'm taking extra right now just to deal with the stress. Because that's one you can take up to 3 times a day. So, or maybe it's up to 4 times a day, I don't remember. But I'm taking, because it's got a large amount of B vitamins plus a lot of other stuff in it. So plus my dad has sinus infection, so I'm trying not to get sick. So I am taking that 3 times a day. I am taking the vitamin C that Mom has here, but I don't seem to do as well with the chewables as with the Adrenal C I was taking, which is a specific formula. I think it's by Dr. Wilson. He did a whole adrenal pack. There are 4 things in the pack. I've tried all 4 and only 2 helped. So one was the Adrenal C, and then one was the herbs without, because he has 2 formulations of the herbs. And the one that I could take was the one without the licorice in it, because the licorice, I don't know, my body does not. And I hate they put licorice in like all herbal teas. I don't know why. I can't tell if I'm having a nerve thing or if I have cat hair stuck to me. I think it's a nerve thing. Yesterday I had a numb spot on my ankle. No reason for it. Not there today. All day yesterday. It just bothered me. It was just a numb spot. Anyway, so it has got the ashwagandha in it, but it's so expensive. But it's a liquid of that you drop into water and just drink, and it's ashwagandha eleuthero. I don't know how you pronounce that one. And then a third adaptogen herb. Does it start with an L? I can't remember, but it's the only formulation I found where the eleuthero does not make me nauseous, because that one really upsets my stomach in other formulations. But they're so expensive, and they were expensive when I started taking them, and of course now it just like doubled in price since 2019. So I can't afford to try any new things, because I can barely afford to take just the basic of what I'm taking right now, like magnesium and whatever it is I take, melatonin at night. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. But I am going to contact my doctor, probably send a message on my chart, and just see what kind of help I can get for the depression before it starts back up again. Because I know from watching my son go through the cycles that when he was out of the depression, he felt he was fine and didn't want to go get help. And when he was in the depression, he was in so deep that he needed help immediately, except there's a waiting list to get into anywhere. And then by the time, so I'd get him on the waiting list, and then by the time it would come around for the appointment, the depression that cycle would be over, and then he refused to go because he was fine. He didn't need help. And I watched him do that for years and years and years. And even as an adult, when we were at a crisis point one night and I took him to the ER, the phone numbers they gave me, it was like a 3-week wait. And by the time it was time, he wouldn't keep the appointments, and he was an adult. There was nothing I could do about it. So I know that I need to get some help right now before it gets bad again. And also within the depression, I had some bouts of the anxiety where I feel like I'm going to fly into a million pieces. Like I don't even know how, that's the only description I have for it, where I'm so overwhelmed and completely, I just feel like I'm going to fly into 1,000 pieces. So, I don't know. I don't even. And I know the part of my hesitation is that I don't want to be labeled mentally ill. I don't want that label. And I know I have to get over that because I need help right now. But then I never wanted to be labeled chronically ill either. I fought that for years. I don't like labels, I guess, what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't want people to think I'm crazy, so my physical symptoms aren't real. But they are real, and they're being made worse currently by my mental symptoms, or my physical symptoms are making I don't know. But that's my health update. That's where I'm at. And I would say that getting out of the house and spending a couple days with my niece helped with the depression, except I was already coming out of it before that happened, because I had already been able to catch all my dishes up last week. And so I don't think that was it, but I don't know. I don't have any answers. And that's where I'm at. And I had a sale on Sunday on someone else's channel. And I was in agony the entire time. My low back, even though I had icy hot patches on, I'm sitting on a pillow. My low back hurt so bad. I know I was low energy, and I feel bad that I was low energy for that sale. And that's part of why I haven't been doing sales on other people's channels, because I feel like I'm not giving it 100%. So I feel bad doing it then, you know? And then afterwards, because I don't know if you know this, but you get on a little bit before, and the people you're on with, you can chat, and then you go live. And then afterwards, usually people stay on and hang out, catch up, and chat more. It's how you make friends in this community when you're not in the chat when you're doing these lives. So on StreamYard, you can stay on after the live has ended and chat and go over things and just catch up and talk. And I was in so much pain. I had to get off immediately, and I felt rude doing it, but I hurt so much. And that was an hour and 20 minutes that we were sitting. And I used to be able to go up to 2 hours before the pain would be so bad I'd be snippy and short-tempered. But no, an hour and 20 minutes. And I was doing my clearance sale last week, and the holding things up, I was in so much pain here. By the end, I was like propping myself up just to finish that sale. And honestly, I'm on the fence about even whether or not to try to do a sale tomorrow. Because as desperately as I need the money, I have an upcoming bill. I'm not selling enough to make enough money for that bill, and I haven't even sold enough to buy more supplies, and I'm out of bubble wrap. I don't know. And this is me without the severe depression of the last few weeks. This is... Anyway, there it is. Health update. I'm coming out of the depression enough to do my depression dishes and clear a space on the floor so I can actually see the floor again. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up for depression. Bye, y'all.